Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm here to show you my Stamina Templar or Stamplar beginner build for the Deadlands DLC. As a part of the beginner setup series, I'll be focusing on a starting rotation and gear that are easily accessible. For the sake of this theme and to be as new player friendly as possible, I'll be avoiding mythics, arena weapons, trial, or dungeon gear. Furthermore, the rotation for many classes will be simplified. This build is capable of pulling over 73k on the parse dummy and is viable for most starting content. The build specializes in normal group content such as trials, normal dungeons, and normal arenas. This build works great in Overland, but it is not designed for it. Starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a stamina, and I am a dark elf. I believe dark elves have some of the best passives for stamina DPS. Choices include Khajiit, Orc, Wood Elf, or any race really that can benefit stamina DPS would do just fine. So for food, I definitely recommend running RTM takeaway broth only for hard content. For the majority of content, you should be fine just using Dubious Camera on Throne, which is the cheaper alternative with just a little bit less stats. And if you need more sustain, lava foot soup and salt rice is always the go-to. So for potions, you want to be running Essence of Weapon Power. Essence of Weapon Power gives you some of the best buffs for stamina DPS, including Major Brutality, Major Savagery, and Major Endurance. So if you are running these potions, make sure you have 3 points in medicinal passive so you can benefit from the full duration of the potion. So for CP, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Biting Aura, and Backstabber. Moving on to the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Bloody Renewal. So for gear, we're going to start off with 2 daggers of New Moon Acolyte. Main hand is going to be Nirnhoned with a flame damage enchant. Offhand is going to be charged with a poison damage enchant. On the back bar, we're going to be running a New Moon Acolyte Greatsword infused with a weapon and spell damage enchant. We're going to be running 2 pieces of Night Mother in light, traded in divines with max dam enchants. We're going to be running 5 pieces of Hunning's Rage on the body, all max dam, traded in divines. And our jewelry is going to be 3 pieces of New Moon Acolyte. All the jewelry is going to be traded in Bloodthirsty with weapon damage enchants. So for the skills, we're going to be running Power of the Light, Biting Jabs, Barbed Trap, 2 Fighters Guild skills, and Flawless Dawnbreaker. Our back bar is going to be Stampede, Carve, Ritual of Retribution, and 2 more Fighters Guild skills with Flawless Dawnbreaker on the back bar. So for the rotation, we're going to start off with a Carve into a Stampede, into a Ritual of Retribution, and then a Power of the Light. From here, it's going to split off into 2 different sections. One is going to be Barbed Trap with 3 Biting Jabs or 4 Biting Jabs. So put together, it would look like Carve, Stampede, Ritual Retribution, Power of the Light, Barbed Trap, 3 Biting Jabs, and then Carve, Stampede, Ritual Retribution, Power of the Light, and then 4 Biting Jabs. So for closing thoughts and a little bit of rambling, first off, you probably want to replace New Moon Acolyte as soon as possible. Viable candidates would include something like Pillar of Nirn, Kinra, and if you're able to get into trials, definitely Reliquin is the way to go. Harpooners would be nice for the build, Death Dealer as well, so Mythics would probably be good too. One of the first things you could always do is get a Monster Helm. Some viable choices would be Kjarnar, Maul, and Stormfist. For ease of accessibility, I definitely recommend Stormfist. It hits hard, it's easy to get. Vet Tempest Island isn't really that hard. As a console player, my jab weaving is terrible, so I did miss a bunch of light attacks, which isn't good. Sometimes I'd forego light attacks just to jab faster, and that's not very good, and I definitely don't recommend it. So that wraps up the build explanation section of this portion. As always, thank you for watching my video, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. As a reminder, if this video helped in any way, please consider subscribing. It really helps out the channel a lot. Also, if you like the piggy, hit that like button. Feel free to stick around for an attached parse as usual at the end. If not, have a great day and thank you again.